Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Very interesting article and so very believable, but there's some catch on it's a catch on this little article, and I will or the issue, the topic, and I will explain it. So this is an article coming from Ukrainska Pravda from September 25th, actually 2022, and the title goes like this: Occupiers are forming battalion comprised of Ukrainian POWs and make them vote. Okay, I believe both of them, and really like that. And I will tell you why do I believe and what I think it's actually happened. And it's not like they're forced. That's the little catch. They say it like the Russians are forcing these guys to do that. They're forming battalion comprised of Ukrainian POWs. I have a feeling in my body that these guys are not really, they didn't really want to fight though on the Ukrainian forces, but they want to fight on the Russian forces. I will explain. So let's go and read this article. The occupiers are forming a Bogdan Khmelnytsky Cossack battalion from Ukrainian captives kept in the Olenivka POW camp in Donetsk region and make them vote to join Russia at the sham referendum. Okay, the source is the Center of Countering Disinformation at the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine. Quote, the occupiers are forming a Bogdan Khmelnytsky Cossack battalion from the prisoners of war kept in the Olenivka POW camp. Details. The center also stated that, according to Russian propagandist media, 11 male and 23 female members of the armed forces of Ukraine allegedly asked the militants to issue them passports of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic. The occupiers forced 57 more Ukrainian prisoners of war who own a residence registration in Donetsk Oblast to vote at the referendum in favor of the integration of the occupied territories into Russia. Well, let me translate it to you, okay? Not that this is the reality. This is an alternative to what they say. These occupiers, so these people that they talk about, if they fought for the Ukrainians, they were on the territory that the Russians invaded, okay? They fought for the Ukrainians. They are residents of that township, oblast, whatever you want to call it, towns that they are over there. Being over there, now the Russians capture them. Now if they would deny them the right to vote, we're going to have a very, very undemocratic Russia. And Russia is not an undemocratic country, right? So we have a problem here. The Russians, in this case, I don't know if they told them, hey, you gotta vote for. Could be, but could be not. I don't think these guys are so weasel and they know exactly how those guys voted for. They were made to. Okay, they might have been made to. Not impossible whatsoever. It's very possible and very probable. But on the other hand, the other option is true. Maybe these guys wanted to vote. Maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they were just taken by the Ukrainians and say, you gotta fight for us. Like right now it happens, the mobilization in Russia that happened in Ukraine at that time. So maybe they were mobilized, maybe they didn't want to fight, maybe they fought, maybe they just surrendered at the first bullet shot at them. I don't know the conditions how these guys became captives. So the thing that they tell me that 57 Ukrainians were forced, no, they were given the right to vote, to express their opinion on the referendum. Isn't that fantastic? Now imagine this would have been done by the Americans. All right. Oh my God, see, they even allowed those guys who fought against the Americans. Let's say Americans are the Russians in this scenario. The Americans are so good that they allowed these prisoners, evil guys that shot at their Americans, to vote, to exercise their constitutional human rights and all that. Isn't it fantastic? It's unbelievable. Yeah, but this is, they forced them. I'm not saying they didn't. Possible. But the other thing is possible as well. Unless we say that Russians are all bad and always bad. All right, which I don't believe. I don't subscribe to that kind of point of view. I'm not a child here. So, I'm a child there. All right, so this is the quote. To make this provocation looked at least a bit plausible, a remark was made in the POW's passport stating that they are registered as domiciled, like living in a so-called DPR, which allegedly gives them the right to participate in the fake referendum. The center explains. We don't know if they were they asked for the passports or they were just given passports. Again, isn't that fantastic to be provided with a passport by the Americans? Isn't that great? Yes. They went to so lengths to help you. But the Russians must be forced. All right, so then maybe they asked for the passports, maybe they didn't. The organization also added that this vote, quote unquote, is another manipulation aimed at promoting the Kremlin's narrative in the occupied territories. According to narrative, many of the POWs are allegedly in favor of the integration into Russia. We don't know if they are, or we don't know if they're not. The Russians say that, and they're the only ones who will provide us with the information. But they have the interest to say, yes, they're in favor. So, not credible. Okay, background. The Institute of Study of War, not credible. It was until about when that attack on Olenivka POW occurred. Until then, I kind of was in between with them. That just pushed them on the other side. When they just claim certain things that were not even proven and they claim them as being facts, I was like, no. Okay, you blew your credibility with me. Lowly me. So, should I say this or should I not say this? Yeah, I will say it. What the hell? The Institute of Study of War reports that Russia may be preparing for mobilization of Ukrainian prisoners of war, which would be a violation of the Geneva Convention. It's too many maybes and might be and would and all could and should and all that. I want to see that happening, and you have to ask each and every person over there, were you forced? Besides, let's put it now in a real life. You fought against me, not you, okay? You fought against me. You wanted to kill me. I captured you, put you in a cage, you stayed over there, we beat you up, I'm sure we did, and other stuff, you know, and now I'm gonna give you a weapon. With ammunition, automatic weapon, not a pak. Give you that, so you can go and fight those guys that you fought for about a month ago, and you're gonna fight for us, and you're gonna say, yes sir, and you're gonna go that way. Do you believe that's how the way the world works? If that guy does not want to fight for you, he's going to get the gun, he's going to get over there in the field, turn around, shoot at you, and desert. Right? Or maybe shoot right when you give him the weapon. Correct? Correct. So this bullshit is untrustable, unbelievable. Now let me bring some history here. Remember those SS? Evil SS, remember? They had units from France, from the United States, even Arabs, Turks and others, they have units. They had Romanians, they have Poles, people that they conquered, Germany conquered. People they fought for Nazis, for the SS Gruppen. Just look when Hitler was encircled in Berlin. Just look who were the last defenders of his bunker. Look who those SS Gruppen were. They were French, if I remember correctly. I'm about 99% certain they were French. So the French battalion, or Fleming, or I think it was French battalion, they were the last ones defending Hitler's bunker. Do you think they had to? Yeah, they had to, because the other guys were shooting at them. So, because there's more than we're told. And we can say, well, maybe they were fighting communism, as this guy said. Oh my God, don't go there, Emil. So anyway, there have always been like this. Even British soldiers, British people, citizens, subjects, fought in the SS group, and there's a battalion. Irish people. Just read about it and find out how many nations were volunteers in the SS. The worst SS. Just look. All right? So all these things, when they tell me that the Ukrainians are forced, really, give your enemy the weapon to go and fight his brothers and see if that happens. I don't believe that at all. You can't force them. You don't give them an automatic weapon with, you know what I mean, in there with a, no. But whatever. They think they were weasels, and we're not. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.